Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Liberty for Philly podcast. Once again, I have my friend Jared here, and then also we have our special guest. We got Ben and Alec. You can find their podcast. What? I actually pronounced it right today?
Yeah, no, just Alex's head just disappeared.
Oh.
I'm right here. Don't worry.
And once again, Ben, if you guys would like to talk about your podcast and where they can find it, you can say that now.
All right, so I'm a part of the Unwrapped Sports Network, and I have a podcast called Creating Madness. You can find it on Spotify, on the Unwrapped Sports Twitter, which is at Unwrapped Sports. Make sure to check out their other podcasts too. But yeah, Creating Madness, college basketball. We had a bunch of good interviews. Last one was Gus Larson from the University of Pennsylvania. So yeah, check it out.
Alec, anything you would like to add on to that?
I am not a part of that podcast. So
Wait, are you guys still doing the oneness?
I don't know if we're doing that anymore.
Oh, you guys stopped.
That's fine, but once again, you can find that podcast down in the description below. I'll make sure to link their Twitter and the link to the Spotify. Make sure you go check them out. All right, first things first, as you may know, March is here, and unlike last year where Penn State was probably going to win the entire tournament, which is the name of my bracket, was PSU champs, no cap. March Madness is here, and we've already had some major upsets. On day one, Ohio State bowed out of the tournament to Oral Roberts. Make all the funny jokes that you saw on Twitter after that one. Yeah, the family. That's what came in my mind, and I just scrolled through Twitter, and I just saw so many of them.
I actually watched that not too long ago.
Then again, Syracuse. I didn't predict that one. They also came out on top, and then Villanova won. Surprisingly, I think I knew a lot of people personally who had Winthrop winning.
I'm not. Wait, Villanova is the 5 seed, aren't they?
Correct.
And they have them losing to win. I'm sorry. No, I have them losing in the second round. I think. It's
One
either
thing
second round or win the championship for them. I feel like.
One thing that I've learned about Villanova is that you don't, in general, when it's close, you don't want to bet against a bunch of experienced players and J-Ray, who of course is being sought out over by pretty much every team around, and I knew they were going. I actually have them going to a Sweet 16. At this point, I think they will because now Purdue lost yesterday as well to a school named Northern Texas. I don't think
the Mean Green.
The only reason why I've heard of them is because that's where my second cousin goes. So.
And the only reason I knew they existed was because Mean Joe Green of the Steelers.
Yeah.
Well, Alec, let me retaliate for you. Where's Colin Gillespie? That's my question for you for Villanova. He's out for the season. He is a big contributor from their point guard. I mean, I think Justin Moore was questionable for that game too. I didn't even see Nova winning that game. I thought Winthrop was the hot team.
I thought they were going to be down that third player, and I thought that third player would just take them over and they would roll over.
I feel like Jay Wright is kind of reminds me of Brad Stevens. It's just that like they don't usually have both of them don't really have they have like one or two guys who are like really talented. Then
but he's a really good coach.
They're silently they're quietly one of the better players in the league, but it's not like they're noticeable talents. And
yeah.
Even if they get hurt, they're good enough coaches where they can win with what they have. And that's why Mr. Dobson says that Jay Wright is probably the best coach in college basketball.
He probably is.
He gets like guys who play with them for more, not just like 1 year, for many years. And he usually doesn't have like a lot of talent, like big name players like Duke or North Carolina has.
Yeah.
He's able to win 2 times in 3 years.
He brought them back in relevancy. Like before 2016, in my honest opinion, I moved here in like 2013, 2014.
2014 and 15, they had I believe a 1 or 2 season. They got lost in the second round.
I was going to say, that's when they started to become relevant again. I was like, I never heard of Villanova prior to me, 2 years after me moving here. But then again, I forget when Jay Wright was hired. Do you guys know, was he hired? Like, was he there for a long time?
I have no idea.
Well,
I honestly,
he was the head coach of Hofstra for a long time.
That I remembered. Jay Wright.
I actually learned not too long. I actually forgot that Brad Stevens was actually the coach of Butler when they pulled runs out of their rear ends. So
he was the head coach at Hofstra. And he coached at Drexel. He was an assistant at Villanova in the 90s. And he's been the head coach of Villanova since 2001.
Oh, well, I mean, again, he's like the Brad Steve, like going back to Brad, those coaches like them can do a lot with a little. Like they could probably be playing like third string guy, like which hopefully won't happen in college, but and they still do a good with that.
Yeah, it says here that since taking over Villanova in 2001, they have only had one losing season. That was in 2011, 2012.
Oh, that's probably why. That's when I started, roughly like when I started watching college basketball, and they weren't any good. And just like,
And he has 2 national championships too. Yeah.
Wow.
And then another thing, like my bracket was ended after Virginia Tech lost first round. I had them winning.
Me too.
But I think that
yeah.
honestly, my favorite game I'm really looking forward to in the next round is Loyola Chicago, Illinois. I think that's gonna be a really good match.
Pardon my brother. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
No, I have a friend I do the podcast with, and he's from the Chicago area, and he's like this big Illinois junkie. So I've been smack talking him all week. I mean, Loyola Chicago is such a good defensive team.
They are.
I think they're the borderline one of the best defensive teams in the country, period. So will they be able to stop, Kofi Coburn? I don't know how to pronounce the one, Dosunmu or whatever the guy's name
Yeah,
is.
Dosa Mayu, I think.
Ben, who was the Ivy team that got in this year? Or
Well,
did,
no,
wait, that,
they didn't play.
oh yeah, that's
No
right.
Ivy League
That's
teams were in the
my bad,
tournament,
I
so
forgot.
Yale couldn't upset anybody first round.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
yeah, that's a.
Ben is sitting in eternal sadness as Penn does not play.
Yeah.
Rip Penn. And then
Rip the whole Ivy.
also right now, Drake, at the time of recording, Drake is still down 7 points to USC.
I
See,
honestly,
you're excited over there, Ben.
busted. I don't care who wins. I'm rooting for the upsets.
I
mean,
actually. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, usually I'm always a big fan for upsets, and then this year I decided to go more casual. And the one year I decide not to go any upsets, there's upsets. And the year I go upsets, there's no upsets. So
Wait, upsets in March Madness.
I
What?
know exactly, but
No,
like,
there's
I always go year to year. I did always the opposite happen. So I was like when I was watching Ohio State play, and I had Ohio State going to the Elite Eight, I was like, they're gonna lose this, aren't they? And
I had them losing the. I think it was either 32 or Sweet 16. I think I had them losing in the Sweet 16 actually. Or no, I had them losing. They were the 2 seed that I had losing in the round of 32.
Yeah, I had them losing to Arkansas, but I did have Syracuse in my bracket. I picked them over.
You did.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
You have them picking over.
I had them winning against San Diego State, and here's why.
Yes, so did I. I remember.
I think I had San Diego State in there because I remembered how good they were last year, and I thought
That was
Syracuse was
last
coming off a poor ACC tournament. Then
Well,
I was
they
proven
lost
wrong.
a heartbreaker. You have to remember that they were a hot team coming into that tournament. I think they were going to restart that gear, and that's what they did.
They did. Let's see what the current matchups for tomorrow are.
We have you got.
Good thing. But what's it called? Yes, if you haven't watched that already, I'll link in the description below. 5 Point Vids, a great YouTuber, triggering every single fan base. And I remember him talking about North Texas and like, you're gonna lose, and then now they won.
There's another thing he did this with North Carolina. I'm gonna say like he did a bunch of 2-word things.
Oh, I picked Wisconsin. Wisconsin was a good team this year.
Yeah, me too.
North Carolina. He's like, oh, more like Chris Jenkins, and then he said another 2 words at the end. I forget who it was. It was like was it Weaver State or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Weaver State. But also, I had Wisconsin winning. Like I was kind of sad because I was rooting for Penn State in the Big Ten tournament. Yeah, they beat North Carolina. Roy Williams' first ever round of 64 loss. But I was watching that Penn State game, which Penn State should have won because of the referees. They took away 3 points. We lost by 1.
Yeah, sure. The reps.
Shot clock violation, and then a 3-pointer that turned into a 2. 3 points, and we ended up losing by 1. But granted, we missed the final shot. Anyway, moving on from my misery as a Penn State fan.
Yeah, he's a salty, bitter Penn State fan. Imagine.
But also good news for all if you're watching this, we will get a chance to watch March Madness in school. There will at least be 2 games on Monday during school hours.
Mitchell, I have one more thing to say. You can never blame the refs for the loss. If the final score was high, you can blame the bad defense.
Hold on. I was surprised Alex said, ooh, it's the refs. Alec, you are the biggest ref hater I know.
I don't. I mean, here's the thing: is I think the refs might make a lot of mistakes, but whenever a team loses, I don't. My first excuse is not the refs. I would normally go back to saying, okay, well, this guy was doing this throughout the entire game, or the team couldn't shoot well or play defense well.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
I think the refs can definitely have an effect on the outcome, but however, they don't have the biggest effect.
This is like the whole fail Mary scenario. People are like, oh, the Packers got screwed there. I'm like, yeah, well, why didn't your offense show up? And like the same with the Mitchell, the 4 power play goals in 5 minutes. That's not their fault. And then,
Yeah.
in addition, speaking of refs, Jeffrey Anderson, Ben, did he just do the Michigan game, or is he doing every?
No, he did one of the first 4 games as well.
Well, no,
And
no, like, is he doing every game that's like playing in that building, or like?
I
I'm
think
not
Tom
sure.
McCarthy's doing the
Yes.
whatever arena game
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. No, the broadcasters are doing a certain arena per day. I
Oh.
think Jeffrey is doing a game per day, but I could be wrong. But I'm trying to find every game he's doing. It could be a blowout like that Michigan Southern, Texas Southern game,
Yeah.
but I'll keep watching because he's there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All
That
right.
actually wasn't a bad game today. They Texas Southern almost made a run, but then of course like all 16 seeds they
Choke.
They were
I mean, they run out of
yes.
gas. It would be the
Alec, they were-
most
Alec.
Gonzaga thing to lose in the first round to Norfolk State.
No, Alec, they were a 15 seed, by the way, not a 16.
All right. No, Texas Southern was. They were in the first
Yeah.
four and played Michigan. Michigan's the #1 seed.
Yeah.
Oh, Michigan's a 1?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the wrong year.
All right. I
Okay.
believe since we didn't give you guys our bracket predictions, we
Wait,
can
who did
do
Texas Southern-
we can
who
do
did
brief
Texas Southern
bracket.
beat the first
Mhm.
4, sorry. Who did Texas-
They beat Texas Southern beat Mount St. Mary's.
Oh,
But I think we can do some predictions for some games on tomorrow. So, who do you guys got for Illinois, Loyola, Chicago?
oh, it's the Battle of Illinois.
Yeah, no, here's my problem with this. Kofi Coburn's an absolute monster. I mean, Loyola Chicago, what they have to do is play the defense they've already been playing. But Illinois is an offensive machine, and you have a.
I don't see
Agreed.
anyone outside of the Big Ten stopping Illinois.
No, I think Illinois has this one. It's going to be a really close, low-scoring game, though.
Yeah, I really want to pick Loyola Chicago just because of Sister Jane.
Oh,
Sister
right.
Jean.
Sister Jean.
Yeah, but I have Illinois going to the Final Four and losing to Baylor, so I would probably have Illinois winning.
I have Illinois winning the whole thing. Again, I went off momentum.
And
I
then,
have,
oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, Alec.
sorry. I have like you guys said, I think that yeah, Illinois is gonna pull that out against Loyola Chicago. It's either gonna be a close game or it's gonna be a blowout. With those two, with the kinds of strengths and weaknesses that both teams have, I could see going either way. And then I have Illinois losing to actually Houston in the Elite Eight.
Ooh,
Oh, wait, no, that was never mind. Who's
that was
Bob?
Michigan. All right, next match. We got a 4-12. We got Oregon State, who seems to be proving everybody wrong. And then we got Oklahoma State.
Actually, I had Oregon State winning their first round game off of momentum because they won the Pac-12.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, they're a lot like that Georgetown team where they just gained a lot of hot momentum in the end. They were predicted to be last in the Pac-12, so kudos to them for getting to the tournament. Cade Cunningham, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's is winning
Yeah.
this game.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Oklahoma
I
State, Illinois would
agreed.
be a great matchup in the next round.
That's what I have. That's why I have in the Sweet 16.
Ooh, next we got Syracuse and West Virginia.
Oh God.
I don't know who's gonna choke more, Syracuse or West Virginia.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Honestly-
Syracuse is gonna pull that one out. Actually, to be honest with you,
I'm
because
honestly gonna agree with you on this. I think since Syracuse is gonna prove me wrong and they're gonna win.
and West Virginia, they always seem to choke for some reason. In the second round, they always seem to like do something dumb or whatever.
Mhm,
And Syracuse, the way they were shooting the ball against San Diego State, I was like, man, this is a really good team.
mhm.
And who's number 35 on that team again? Boheim.
Yeah, Bobby
Yeah.
Boheim.
Boeheim?
He was on fire. He was
The
on fire
coach's kid.
yesterday.
Yeah.
For Syracuse, that's the coach's kid, I think.
Yeah.
His brother went to Cornell. He was a good player there too. But like I said, I had Syracuse winning their first round matchup. It's either if their momentum stops or not. If their momentum keeps going, Syracuse wins this game. Easy dubs. But if it gets halted, I really think that the latter will win this game.
Yeah. All right. Then last in the Southern bracket, we got Rutgers, Houston. I think that Houston's gonna win this. I'm sorry, Rutgers. You did great beating Clemson, but you only won by 4 points. You're not gonna be Houston.
I'm going Houston on this one. Oh,
Houston. Yeah.
Well, before we go into that, you just have to admire the skill of Ron Harper Jr.
He did. He's a great coach. And a great.
Yeah.
He's not a coach. He's the player.
Oh wait, who's the coach for Rutgers? Because I saw something about him, and like how he's a great improvement.
Mitchell.
I don't know the Rutgers coach, but Ron Harper Jr. by far is their best player. He's an absolute monster.
Oh yeah, but just remember, Penn State beat Rutgers twice this year.
Just remember that nobody cares.
I care.
I was gonna say,
No, Mitchell will be like, no.
Penn
Michigan,
State's got a new coach, and 5 of our players are transferring because of the athletic director.
No, it's like Penn
That's
State.
Great news.
Like the best Penn State does against like Illinois, they lose by 10 points, and then Illinois wins the whole thing. Oh, Penn State only lost by 10 points.
But anyway, as I was saying, and my Ron Harper Jr., I got Houston by Ron Harper Jr.
Baylor, Wisconsin.
That's a close game.
I'm going on a limb, even though I have Baylor winning the entire thing. I think Wisconsin's winning it. From what I saw against North Carolina, Wisconsin.
I think Baylor's still gonna win. Although they are cursed now that I think about it. I had all the 1 seeds going to the Final Four because I don't know.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Wisconsin, depending on what type of momentum shift. We've been talking about momentum shift all day. Remember that point in the Big Ten season where they just went ice cold.
I actually kind of forgot that Wisconsin ends up catching fire in March. So
yeah. So we'll have to see. Baylor's so dominant though. That Butler kid's so good. Yeah. I have to go Baylor here.
If the Badgers just come out and just immediately like sucker punch Baylor, I think they'll run away with it. But if Baylor like makes them wear out, I think Baylor's still gonna win. Then I think the one that could possibly there's so many low seeds games in the side of the bracket. We got Villanova, North Texas.
The first year that Villanova won, like 2016, I remember the Elite Eight was I remember there was a 10 versus 15 game, but I remember the Elite Eight. It was Syracuse was like a 10 or 11 seed, and I believe they played like a 12 or another double-digit seed, and then like Syracuse went to the Final Four as like a 10 seed. I forget.
There's been a streak of people, double-digit teams making the Final Four for X amount of years now, and I don't. Actually, not the Final Four. You know, I think
Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. Yeah,
I think it's the Elite Eight.
Thank you. And I think North Texas is that team. I think Colin Gillespie.
Texas, yes, I would agree with you on that.
I think Colin Gillespie being out is really going to hurt them. He's a deep 3-point shooter. He's very quick, very athletic, and they're going to miss him. I think North Texas has it.
And I believe North Texas is a better team than Winthrop. From what I saw, that one kid for North Texas, I forget his name, he was really good.
Winthrop just got hot. That's what made them intimidating, but Villanova slowed that down. North Texas is definitely a better team.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, Alex.
Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. I mean, North Texas, they're a good team, but I think they also won that game because Purdue just absolutely choked it away in overtime. They couldn't make a shot.
Choking a lot. So I mean, here's the thing. Oh, no, sorry, Alec, you keep going.
No, I wasn't saying anything else. You got it.
Oh, all right. So I actually think it's going to be another tight one. Again, Jay writes. I feel like. Yes, the North Texas is kind of caught like fire. I feel like it's going to go behind. It's going to end up becoming a series about who's better on the bench, like behind the bench. Now, you know the term in hockey, the coach. It's like whoever coaches better, which is Jay Wright. I think it's going to be in his hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a close game, but I think Villanova's going to come out of that victorious. I just think that they've got a much more experienced head coach in Jay Wright. And you've also got some players on there who have some experience as well. There was one guy from 2018. I forget what his name is. They mentioned it yesterday on their broadcast. I forget which guy it was, but he's like I think he's one of the starters now, and I expect some of that experience from them will help them win that game, and they'll go to Sweet 16.
All right, next game we got Texas Tech and Arkansas.
Yeah,
Arkansas won the SEC, right?
They did not. Alabama
they went to the
won.
Four. That's right. They went to the. Did they go to the final or the final?
They went to the Final Four. I believe they lost to LSU.
Yeah, no, they pulled one. Like they definitely pulled a really nice run. I feel like since they're going off of momentum as well.
They finally put their act together against Colgate in the second half and put them away.
Big company.
Yeah, and then Texas Tech had a tough time against Utah State. I think Arkansas moves on.
I think Arkansas off of momentum. Yeah.
Here's the thing for me. Mac McClung for Texas Tech is also a baller. You have to watch out for him. However, Arkansas, right behind Colgate, is one of the top scoring teams in the nation, averaging over 80 points a game.
Wait, Colgate is the top scoring team. What?
They're the second
What?
highest scoring team in the nation behind Gonzaga, and Arkansas is not that far behind. So I knew Arkansas was going to win that game because they're a better team, and Colgate only played a certain amount of teams throughout the year. They were all Patriot League teams.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Was it you said it was the second highest scoring team?
Colgate was the second highest scoring team in the nation behind Gonzaga.
Oh, wow.
And I knew Arkansas was going to win. They were a stronger team. I have them going to the Final Four, to be completely honest with you. I have Arkansas in this.
And last game in this already set bracket, we got the 7th seed Florida Gators and the 15th seed Oral Roberts. And fun fact, Oral Roberts point guard, I forget his name. I think it's Odd. I'm not gonna. Yes, it is the highest scoring player in Division I basketball this year, and just for that reason, I think Florida's gonna be down a star player with a concussion protocol.
Who did they just beat again?
They beat Virginia Tech in
Virginia
overtime.
Tech.
Right.
I believe Oral Roberts carries that momentum, and they
Oh,
go
it's like
to
the
the
Orange
Sweet
Bowl.
16.
So minus the overtime, it's like the Orange Bowl.
Yes.
But I think Florida. I feel like it's going to be a tougher game, but I think Florida will pull this one out.
Yeah, agreed. I think Florida wins too. Or Roberts, obviously. I was wrong about both those teams that being that matchup. I thought it'd be Virginia Tech, Ohio State. But
do you know who? Oh, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
But yeah, I feel like 15, 16 seed teams that win often will come with a lot of momentum, and then they'll go against a team that actually takes them seriously. And once they do take them seriously, that's when the momentum completely stops. That's the reason why I think Florida will win that game.
Do you know who missed the rebound to really choke the game for Ohio State on that last shot?
David said
Liddell. Was it Liddell?
No,
I know he was getting death threats.
No, the guy who really avoided the rebound.
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
He missed a shot. The guy who missed the rebound was a guy named Seth Towns. Now, he was a Harvard transfer, so there's my little Ivy League shout out. But yeah, Dave Washington really choked the game the past 2 minutes. I mean, if he hit some shots, whole different ball game.
Who missed the 3 throws for Ohio State?
Washington. It was Washington. Yeah, he completely choked it away yesterday.
Yeah. And just coming in as a final, USC has staved off Drake with a final score of 72-56. They move on.
Oh, my dad was really pissed off because, like, as mentioned before, like he really roots for the Big Ten teams. And also, Oral Roberts is a very religious school, so that's another.
Just to finish it off, I have Florida in that game. Pardon me.
All right. Now let's transition to our next subject, which has the most recent news. We got our Philadelphia Eagles. Most recently, the Philadelphia Eagles have only signed 2 free agents.
Wait, they're actually
no, they technically signed 3 free agents.
They're allowed to sign free agents with the cap scenario they're in?
Yes, they have surprisingly been able to sign 3 agents. Wow. They signed Hassan. No, they did not sign. Yes. No.
Maybe.
No, they signed a cornerback, a safety, and I believe a defensive tackle.
Wait, they're doing something about the secondary?
Yes, they actually did something about the secondary.
They got a good piece of secondary. Anthony Harris. He led the season in picks a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah.
Who did he just play for? I keep forgetting.
Vikings.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And also, more recent news, the Eagles have been linked in trade talks with Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They're doing it again.
Again, the rumors are kicking back up, and it is also new rumors.
EDP is not going to be happy.
And also new rumors. It says Howie Roseman is talking with the Houston GM and saying he will be willing to give up everything for Deshaun Watson in his 10 sexual assault cases.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a problem.
No. It's kind of weird timing, though. It's kind of weird timing, though. I should say that
if he did do what he did, and that would be classified as rape, those would be technically criminal cases, but they are not classified as criminal cases. Therefore, I believe that these are just trying to get something for the Houston owner, and I don't know what.
Yeah.
Well, it's that you just invite a masseuse into your home. That's the main.
Yeah.
I don't think they've actually filed a formal police complaint yet.
He hasn't. Oh, Hassan Ridgeway. I was right. we did sign Hassan Ridgeway and Andrew Adams. Those are the two.
Oh, what was the other thing? The Giants just got Kyle Rudolph and then the Kenny Galladay.
They
What is it
overpaid
with-
for Kenny Galladay.
Yeah,
is
no.
what
What
they
is it with
did.
former
He's
what is it with
such a
Detroit
good-
receivers going to with former Detroit receivers going to the Giants?
I don't know.
Jones, Marvin Jones.
Marvin
Uh,
Jones.
Oh,
didn't,
and
but
who was
Golden
that
Tate
one
did.
guy who was on? Oh, Golden Tate. There it is. There's the name I'm looking for. He's former Lions.
I
and
actually
Eagles.
forgot he was with the Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl.
He was. It was a weird time.
I forgot about that. I keep forgetting that the Detroit wasn't the ones who first got him.
Is New York where Lions receivers go to die or something like that? Like,
No, to die even further.
Yeah, that's
Potentially.
true. But
I
he
mean-
just went to the Giants just to get locked down by Darius Slay 2 times a year.
More like burn Darius Slay 2 times a year. No, but like, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. The secondary. The second is like the Philadelphia where secondary people go to die.
did
Yeah.
you see the Wikipedia change for DK Metcalf where he said it's the father of Darius?
That
Slay?
was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Oh yeah, someone also changed it for the Predators. Like someone changed it to like their owner was Clayton Keller from the Coyotes. Like, dude.
Yeah.
I think I've told Alec about this, but you guys should check out Howard's bio on Wikipedia.
It's
It's so stupid. Like someone just wrote this random, like this dumbest paragraph. I have a feeling it actually might have been Spike, but like, oh dear
Kyle
God.
could, or his brother Jason.
Yeah,
or
it might have
whoever
been one of
the
them, but like, what the heck?
Yeah. All right. Before we transition out of the NFL, who do you guys think the Eagles will draft 6 overall?
It better be fairly.
Granting without any trades.
Better be fairly.
If it's not a quarterback, I'm fine.
I would agree
I
with
thi-
you, and I believe that they're signing secondary help because I think they're drafting a wide receiver. Therefore, I think
No,
it's going to
they do
be
not- no, please no.
it's going to be Jamar Chase, I believe. Is
No,
my choice.
they better
Mm,
draft
no.
fairly from Virginia Tech.
I think they're gonna draft Kyle Pitts from Florida. Actually,
They don't need another.
They
tight end.
we don't need a
hear a
tight end though. We got Goddard, and then we got the other guy behind him. I think we're pretty good
Ertz.
on that. No, Ertz is getting cut or traded in the
Richard
next 2 weeks.
Rodgers.
Yes,
yeah,
that
right.
is it. Rodgers.
Remember when he was a Packer? Good times.
Like I know
but-
everybody wants Pitts. I just don't see the point of them. Like it would just be like a weird like if you're gonna do that in the second round, draft the Pat
like the
Fryermuth
Knicks
out of
saying
Penn
about the
State
power
because he's really
forwards.
good too. He's
Let-
the Zach Ertz counterpart.
Whatever it is, Howie Roseman will do his very best to disappoint us and then trade for Nick Foles. And all the Howie Roseman
And then leave.
And then
then leave.
he'll resign. he'll trade our first round pick and our second round pick just for Nick Foles, and then just resign, saying, "I have my health issues."
yeah.
Like
I
JR.
mean, I remember when Ben, I specifically when you remember when you were really pissed off the Eagles decided to basically on purpose lose that game against the football team.
Oh, it
And
had
I
no
was, but the thing is, this is good because now this gives them the opportunity to draft the person that they want because at 6 they're most likely going to get that person.
Oh, we got
And-
some breaking news
or they-
here. Let me cut in here. Lakers star LeBron James is going to have an MRI on his left ankle.
Oh,
and
actually,
trace
I agree.
negative. However, an MRI is needed to see the further extent of possible damage inside his ankle.
Yeah, no, there's that ankle injury looked nasty. I think he's gonna be out for some time.
Well, once again, that takes probably him out of the MVP conversation, like Joel Embiid. But hopefully, he comes back.
Put him back in. No, Embiid is literally the Sixers.
Yes,
I
and I
mean-
think that should be the classification of an most valuable player. If you're like, I can see like everybody, ooh, Kyrie, KD, James Harden. Like you're not the specific
They're going to
part
the
to the
Nets.
team. Oh, and I think James Harden is. I mean, blah 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 blah. Blake Griffin is making his debut, I believe, tomorrow. He's probable for his debut.
Oh,
He
remember
also
when he
made
was
a nice
he was a
debut
name?
last night. Did you see his debut last night on his new TV show on True TV where he pranks people? It was a great debut, by the way. But moving on.
Wait, is it-
Blake Griffin.
Oh, so it's like
Yeah.
Impractical Jokers all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, so I think we're done with the NFL. Let's move over to, I guess, since we're already transitioning to it, the NBA. So far today, the Hawks are on an 8-game winning streak with their new coach. And also, the Sixers play tonight at 8 without Steph Curry and Joel Embiid. And
I
they
thought you said
also,
Steph for a hot minute. I'm not gonna lie.
and
Do you also
also,
remember when Blake Griffin was a name? Good times, man. Real good times.
it should be known that the Sixers are still in first place by a half a game due to the Brooklyn Nets losing to the Orlando Magic last night.
Lol Nets.
And they
That
are
was
the best
clapping.
team in the league, everybody. Let's give them applause. Yeah.
Lol Nets.
Yeah. Oh,
Lol Nets has just
we'll
been
get
transferred over to Brooklyn.
yes, we'll get into the Lone Mets in our MLB section, which is coming up. I think so. I think Joel Embiid is scheduled right now because he was at the game a couple nights. I think he was at the night when they beat the Bucks. I mean, lost to the Bucks. He was sitting on the bench, but I still think, from what I've heard, that he will return prior to the Lakers game. That is what I'm hearing. That he'll probably sit out
Dunk
the
on
Warriors
LeBron?
game.
Oh wait.
LeBron will
That
be hurt,
that'll
and
be
AD will be hurt.
if he can return before then, that would be huge for them.
Because his 2 weeks officially will end. So 1 to the 26th. Oh no, I believe he could possibly return Thursday against the Lakers, but they'll probably not rush him back. But if everything's good, he will possibly play against the Clippers on Saturday, March 27th.
You remember when Blake Griffin was the franchise face of the Clippers a few years ago? Oh, man, good times.
He's not that good though. I mean, he can dunk.
Not anymore. He's past his prime and he got
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah,
he was real good when he was with the Clippers.
Yeah.
yeah. The Nets fans are usually the most annoying fans out there right now because they keep flexing on that.
Really?
Oh,
Really, Alec, I'm going to cut you off right there. No, the Lakers fans are the most annoying fans.
actually true, yeah.
You literally should have saw. I got into a Twitter conversation. Like it was like this Nets fan comment when the Sixers lost to the Bucks, like, thanks for first place. And I said, no, you're not, because we have conference records. And they were like, no, you're wrong. We're definitely first place. And it was like 15 Sixers fans just started posting pictures of the standings and explaining to them, this is how the standings work. And he was like, and then this Miami fan got involved and were like, nah, he right though. And then everybody just started roasting him, and he was like, shit.
Was that like NBA standings for dummies, the book?
Yeah, we literally just started doing that. We just created a book in the comments.
Exactly.
But I think the Sixers will win these next 3 games. Steph Curry's out. The Knicks, we play the Knicks tomorrow, and I think we can beat the Kings tonight.
All right,
I think
set up. Everybody's going to deny it. They're going to the NBA championship, but then reality sets in and they lose to the Celtics without even actually playing them.
Yeah, I think Paul Reed is going to carry this team in these next 3 games. That's just my opinion.
No,
I think
the Sixers are such the Sixers that the Celtics will lose in the first round to someone else. The Sixers will go to the conference finals against like somebody like the Nets, and they'll still lose to the Celtics because reasons.
So, but still the sad thing about it is Joel Embiid, even though he might be healthy for that Clippers game, won't play in front of his home fans until April 3rd when they play the Timberwolves at home. Because today is the last game on the homestand for the Sixers, and they go on a 6-game road trip. They go to New York, then San Francisco, then the Lakers in Los Angeles, and then the Clippers.
Oh wait, no, they moved to San Francisco.
Yeah, and then they play the Clippers and the Lakers in Los Angeles, and they go to Denver, then one last stop in Cleveland, and then they come home. Then we play
You remember the Joe? Sorry, I just had to say that.
And then our next game against the Nets will be April 14th, and Joel Embiid should he be healthy, and hopefully it's a true matchup when everybody's healthy and that Kyrie doesn't sit out for personal reasons. I'm running out of air quotes.
No, he was probably puking up a storm.
Kyrie Irving's like by far like the weirdest player in the NBA. Like some decisions he makes is just mind-boggling. I mean, like, how is he able to sit out for like those 2 or 3 weeks and all of a sudden just welcome him back? I mean, you can't do that. I mean, he did some good stuff off the court, like community wise, but still, you need to like give the Nets some warning, I would think, right?
Other more breaking news: Oregon
Wow,
VCU game in the NCAA tournament has been ruled a no contest due to COVID protocols.
Wait,
Oregon has advanced to the next round of the tournament due to VCU COVID problems. And that ruins my bracket because I had VCU moving on.
VCU lost with COVID. Come on, that is lame. I mean, I can understand. But come on.
5-point Vince block, everybody.
Exactly. He's like, oh, they'll probably get COVID.
I had VCU. They actually had a chance. And Oregon's like, ha.
It doesn't matter. Our brackets are already screwed anyway from Ohio State.
Yeah, that's true. but that's breaking news from Shams. I'm not
5
gonna
points
pronounce.
did
That's
nail
breaking
that,
news from
though.
Shams.
Ohio State and Michigan are both alike that they choke early on and often in the March Madness tournaments, and boom, Ohio State chokes in the first round.
But yeah, wow.
Wait,
I knew that was gonna happen at some point, but VCU is the first team out due to COVID.
Rip.
Everybody's
the championship
the
can't be played
comments on
with
this are
COVID.
so funny. Darius Slurry's burner account, which is the prominent Philly Twitter account on
Oh
every
yeah,
single
Mike.
thing.
I got a friend who's really close, who's actually gonna become.
Then we
really
got
close with
he
Twitter,
said free points, and then it said Mickey Mouse tournament. We got WTF, and we got Stephen A. Smith being surprised, and then we got some person saying they broke my perfect bracket, and then Darius Slay said, "Why did you pick VCU?"
Darius plays burner account, right?
Yeah.
You know, I got a good friend who Alec and you, the three of you already know him. Yeah, he's actually good friends with him on Twitter, but not in person, obviously. But on Twitter.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. That ruins our brackets. Unless you did have Oregon
No,
moving on.
that's-
I actually had Oregon going to the Sweet 16 at
Yeah,
least.
you're a loner here.
All right,
Jared.
let's all
Yeah.
clap for Jared, everybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jared.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I had VCU winning their first round, but I did not have them going.
So who does Oregon get to play after a free? Oh, what do they get? That's a suck for the TV channel during that time slot.
Oh, no.
Wonder
I
who
did
that-
actually nail the VCU going to the round of 32, though. I think we all did, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jack.
Who
Iowa
did the winner of
or
that?
Grand Canyon.
Oh, Iowa
The
Grand
Iowa-
Canyon.
Yeah, and Iowa's winning 11-4 right now, so I imagine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of
Oregon's playing
the.
Iowa.
Yeah, it seems
What
like.
seeds Iowa? 2 or 3 or 4?
2.
2.
Yeah, they're two.
The Big Ten is really.
They still-
the ACC that's really good, but they're sucking this year.
They still haven't. NCAA app has not updated its thing saying that the rule was game to no contest.
Well, aren't they supposed to pick one of the replacements or something like that, or a replacement?
No, I believe that
think like
at
the
this
first
point in the
one, probably.
tournament, it's kind of late. I think it was like they would pick a replacement if
It was like early.
if it was early, like once they came in, like a day after they were selected, like, oops, sorry, COVID. All right, you guys can come in. But when's you're 4 hours away? No,
Like, if you
How-
already
3
played
hours
a
away.
game, then I think that they can.
Yeah, if you're
they can't do
3
that.
hours away from tip off, I don't think they are, and I think they just went with the team. Like, say if Oregon had COVID, VCU would move on, and if Oregon had like
Wait, they already. I thought VCU were. Well, hold on. Now I'm confused.
VCU had the COVID problems.
Yes, I'm aware, but like
Yeah.
you said, they were. It was 3 hours versus tip off.
Yes, VCU Oregon is at 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh wait, I thought that already happened.
They have the final game on TNT.
I thought this was a second round game. Wow, am I an idiot? Okay.
So I think the next upset possible game. Well, I have Maryland over UConn, and then
Okay, I'm an idiot.
um,
I think I actually had Oregon winning this game.
I
I'm not
think-
sure though.
I think UCLA over BYU or Ohio Virginia is going to be the next upset.
I have both of those.
Wait, hold on. Where's this game being? Where's this
I-
game supposed to be played?
VCU Oregon was supposed to be in Indiana Farmers Coliseum.
Yeah.
Oh, in Indiana.
Yeah, all the
They should just
championship
have
games are in
Indiana go
Indiana.
instead. They should just have Indiana go.
I
have
thought
Penn
they were in a
State go.
bubble.
They
I
are in a
thought they were
bubble.
So how it's only COVID then?
I don't know.
Idiot.
Oh,
It's-
Grand
it's-
Canyon's only down 2 now.
Dude, it's
Oh, wow.
early in the game. It's like, oh, it's a 0. Kansas is tied 0-0 with the worst team in the league.
No, but like literally, Alex just said that they're down like by 13-4, and Grand
Yeah, no,
Canyon's just like, let me reintroduce
Yeah.
myself. All right, moving on.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Let's
Oh,
move
I
on
see.
into the Lowell Mets and the MLB. MLB season's just right around the corner. I'm still trying to get Phillies tickets, but I do not know when I want to go. But I believe today Matt Moore did not have a sharp outing, but Jose Alvarado and Archie Bradley were really good, same as Connor Brogdon. Bryce Harper still really good.
Wait, what conference is this? Found it.
But
forget
I
who owns that
think
pick.
the Phillies
It's not
did
showing
well by signing Chase Anderson and Matt Moore, especially due to Vince Velasquez, Zach Eflin and Spencer Howard all being hurt. But Spencer Howard and Zach Eflin are both throwing.
Oh, I did
bullpens
pick
tomorrow.
VCU. I did pick VCU, but I had them losing to Iowa in the next round.
Same
You're
here.
like 2 minutes late on that, Jared.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. I forgot
But
because I got thrown
Zach
off.
Eflin and Spencer Howard are both slated to possibly
I'm a
be
couple
ready
days
to come
ahead.
back next week. JT Realmuto is scheduled to play next week. And I believe that the Phillies are still going to do good. I think that they will start out hot, and I believe they will stay hot and not collapse in September. That is my
Oh,
opinion.
that's,
And
that's cute, Mitchell.
they're going to
that's
make a
really cute.
deadline move at the
That's fair.
deadline. And I think if Andrew McCutcheon's playing well enough, I think they trade Andrew McCutcheon and a center fielder and a pitcher and a minor
have
leaguer
good
for Joey
deadline.
Gallo.
That's great and all, but we had like the
That's-
worst bullpen besides the Mets in like MLB history. So yeah.
The bullpen is going to be better this year.
No,
They're
no,
not
no,
gonna be
I
bad.
thought we had the worst bullpen, like all the way back in like.
Oh no. I have to say Juris Familia, and it gives New York Met fans, shivers down their spine.
I mean, Ed Luz Diaz in 2019.
That's worse.
He was
Ed
actually
Luz
decent
Diaz.
last year. I can say that. Ed Luz Diaz became good again last year. But
He's
other
not
than
fair
that,
enough,
their
yeah.
bullpen's bad. And there's I don't
Yeah.
think the Mets get get a slow start because I don't think their rotation's going to be good without Syndergaard.
But
think
even
they
without
overpaid
the
for a lot of
rotation is
people.
scary.
And
Yeah.
the Braves obviously are not going to do well. They got Drew Smiley for
You
$13
guys
million.
remember? You guys remember when Jacob deGrom had long hair?
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, I do.
Jacob
Yeah,
deGrom is a crazy
yeah.
good pitcher. Is he a free agent or did he sign a long-term deal with the Mets?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
I'm pretty sure he's still with Lowell Mets. I thought
He is, but like,
he'll get a massive contract though if he
You
isn't.
think?
let's see.
This owner though for the Mets is legit. He's good. I like this owner.
He
Well,
signed
I don't like the fact that they're a division rival,
he
but
signed a 5-year, $137.5 million contract with the Mets, but it doesn't
Oh,
say when
dear.
he did that. He is signed through 2024. He will become a free agent when he's 37 in 2025.
wait, he's already that old?
He is 31. Oh wait, no, he's 33 right now.
He's that old?
Yes, he's
geez, I did not
33 and
realize
throwing
he was
over
old.
100 miles per hour.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I thought he was still in like his mid to late 20s. Okay, not mid, but like late 20s.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he hasn't been around that long, or at least I don't think he has.
He hasn't. Yeah, I think he got a late start to his career, in my opinion.
I don't remember him being on the 2015 team, the one that went to the World Series. I don't remember. Maybe he was hurt, but I don't remember them.
I still don't understand the Rays. They have the 5th least amount of payroll in the MLB, and they have a
Their
lesser
owners are
payroll
cheap.
than the Tigers, the Mariners, the Rangers, the Athletics, and the Royals. Yet they have more than the Marlins, Orioles, Indians, and the Pirates.
Well, I mean, their owner's a cheap piece of crap, so.
The Phillies have
But that's the model though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 highest payroll in the MLB.
Who does?
The Phillies.
The Phillies, okay.
They are.
The Dodgers are in dead last place. You know, they're number one. They're the
Let's
highest.
see. So luxury
Doesn't
tax
matter.
space. How much space do the Phillies have? They have $12 million of space,
Just to make
and
it happen.
that's probably come down to like 4 million because they're adding Kinsler, Joyce, Watson, and Abdul Herrera back to their. Well, Abdul Herrera, he's
Right.
still getting paid his
He's
contract.
already
Yeah.
under that cap thing.
But yeah, but they'll have to clear 4 roster spots for those guys.
Oh man.
But the Dodgers are. I'm surprised the Yankees aren't over the luxury tax. The Red Sox have a higher payroll than them.
Seriously?
Yep, by $400,000.
Really?
Mets
No,
have a lot-
that can't be right. $400,000. That can't be right.
Mets have a lot of young players, so that's the thing. I mean, like going back to the Rays, the way that these teams are going to stay good is because they generate good farm systems, and whenever those players leave or they trade them away because their contracts are about to expire, they always have guys to replace them, and that is why the
Yep.
Rays and the Yankees are
Yeah.
And
good
because
teams.
Kevin Cash, yeah, sorry, Alec, and because Kevin Cash is actually a very underrated manager.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
it says here the Boston Red Sox have a total luxury tax space of $5,474,833.
That does not
The
sound right.
New York Yankees have a $5,853,377.
Really?
And the Dodgers are $45.5 million over the cap.
Not
Not
just
the
not,
cap.
to interrupt, but to go back
The
to
tax.
our old topic. Oregon did advance, so they will move on to the second round.
Okay, it's been confirmed. All right.
Oh.
Well, let's say here.
Ohio State busted our brackets. Guys, stop complaining.
I'm looking at the Boston Red Sox and talking about a player who I haven't heard anything about. Chris Sale's still getting paid $30 million a year.
Well, I mean, yeah, because he hasn't pitched in like a year and a half.
You got Tommy John. Oh, and they're still paying the contracts of David Price, Dustin Pedroia, and Andrew Benintendi. So
Right.
that's
The
16
Pedroia
mil.
retired out of nowhere.
So they're paying $16 million of David Price, $13.75 million of Dustin Pedroia, and $2.8 million of Andrew Benintendi.
Dustin Pedroia did the ultimate. Oh, you guys forgot about me? All right, I bail.
Bye bye.
Well, he hasn't played in like a few years because
He's 37 years old.
Manny Machado slid into him and ruined his ankle, and then he hasn't been able to play, and he hasn't played since. I don't think.
Xander Bogarts, he's getting probably traded at some point this year.
Yeah, I don't.
If they're not doing well,
Actually, he is older. If you guys remember, Xander Bogarts actually was on the 2013 Red Sox that won the World Series.
oh, yep, there's ESPN.
He was young. He actually played third base back then, not shortstop. Stephen Drew was the shortstop of that team.
Yeah.
Feel old
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah.
All right. No, Alex, continue. I was talking out loud.
I want to move. I want to talk about like the center field competition. I really don't want Herrera to start again because for one, what he did, I can't look
You
look
can't.
past
Yes, agree.
that. And I don't know why he still is still on this team, to be quite frank with you. And also he's just really inconsistent. He always makes these mind-bogglingly dumb moves. But right now, unfortunately, you don't have Kingery and Quinn are both playing pretty poorly
Quinn,
this
I
spring.
have to add this. Quinn hasn't changed something in his swing, and he has a 280-ish average, and he has had a hit in his last 10 spring training games. He choked up on the bat, unlike Scott Kingery, who has still done very bad, and he should probably not get the job. But like I have to say,
He needs to go back to the infield.
I was gonna say it's gonna be Herrera and Quinn. They're not gonna make Moniacs come up right away. They're gonna have him start on the alternate site. I think it's if Herrera did like worse than he is right now, I would say not a chance in the world. But he has shown that he can still give this team a chance to win while Adam Hazley's hurt, and also in the future as a bench piece. Because I think once Adam Hazley comes back, I think he's gonna become the starter again.
Yeah, I don't agree with what Herrera has done at all, and I frankly I agree with Alec. I don't think he should have a roster spot. Not just because of that, because I just don't think he's like playing good.
Yeah, did he play in 2019? I don't remember.
He played the first half of 2019 and was completely awful. However, so far in spring training, he's batting .273 with 3 home runs and
but yeah.
But that's what he does.
Yeah, my second thing about Roman Quinn is that I love his speed. That I love. The only thing is that he is inconsistent with power, and I've seen kids in the Little League World Series that are taller than him.
That is true.
I mean, he is the worst instincts I've ever seen of a center fielder. Some of the stuff he does, I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, he's a horrible person off the ball. Like
you guys remember Alec and the one game we went to hit one into the second deck though.
Oh yeah, I do remember that game. That was like the.
I don't know how he did
15,
it. Like I was like, I really want to see someone hit it into the second or third deck, and then of all people, it was Roman Quinn.
Yeah, us three were there. I remember that.
I think that was the game against the White Sox where Vince Velasquez threw somebody out.
At some point, hopefully in the future, if we guys can go all to the boys go to a Phillies game.
Exactly.
We can see something with
that. About that game, Jared. It went into midnight. Remember that, and it was my birthday the next day, so you guys got to see me on the first hours of my birthday.
Yes, and we're like, happy
birthday. Wait, Jeff Massis? Wait, whoa. Something's not right here. What? I'm looking at the sports track payroll, and it says Jeff Massis has a luxury tax hit of 1.8 million for the Phillies right now, and Hector Rondon has a 1.5 million luxury tax hit right now for the Phillies.
I actually don't. That's the only sport that I know how. I'm sorry, what, Alec?
Because I would expect that like from like Matt Joyce, Ronald Tarius.
We have Joyce.
Yeah, we have Matt Joyce. Yep. He's really good so far this year, and Derek Hall too. He's a really good. He's not.
I remember.
He's a rookie. Like he's a minor leaguer.
Big name.
But like same thing with like Kinsler and stuff. Like, oh, they already have them like on the major league team.
The Phillies are trying to assemble. Like I was like maybe they should go after guys who are like quietly better players, and they're doing that. But they're all from like 2015, you know.
But I think they're gonna have a decent enough improvement. I think if their offense just keeps up its production, I think they're gonna do pretty fine. And I believe that is a perfect way to transition. I know you guys probably aren't huge fans of hockey, but we gotta include it.
I'm trying really hard to get them into it, Mitchell.
The Flyers game has just started. They are playing the New York Islanders. And tonight's starting lineup consisted with the 2-goal man himself, Oscar Lindbaum, Claude Giroux, and Travis Konecny. And on defense, we got Ivan Provorov
Carrying
and
them up to
Justin
score.
Braun. And then in net, we have Kadahat.
Catahat. So the goalie play has been going back to the mid 2000 level. 2000.
And somehow the Flyers are still only 3 points behind the Bruins for 4th place.
I love
They're
how
in
they
the
did
playoffs.
9-0 against the LOL Rangers.
Lol
And
rags.
they
But
still beat
then
they
again, we
beat the
still have
Islanders the
3.
next day.
But we're still 3 games. Well, we did blow a 3-0
choked.
lead in the 3rd period.
They nearly choked. I mean, they did choke, but not like.
But then again, we have played 3 less games than the Islanders and the Penguins, and 2 less games than the Penguins. But then again, we're
Who's in first? Washington, right?
Yes, Washington. We played 2 less games than us, and they have 44 points. So they're 11 points ahead of us with 2 games in hand.
It's Washington. It's Washington. Who?
Washington, Islanders, Penguins, Bruins.
Bruins, Flyers, Rangers, Devil Sabres.
Yes. And then the Sabres just traded away one of their goalies to Colorado.
Blues fans. I'm sorry. Okay. Wait, the Sabres traded. Who did they trade? Was it Hutton?
Johansson. Johansson.
Oh, the one who actually was doing pretty well.
Yes. For a 7th round pick.
Typical Buffalo.
Yeah, 7th round pick too.
Typical Buffalo. They probably would trade Carter Hutton for like a 4th round pick in 2 years.
I think Jack Eichel gets traded at some point this year.
Free Jack Eichel. And McDavid, he needs to be free too.
I feel bad for Carter Hart though. He hasn't been playing very well lately, but the thing
defense
is,
has been terrible.
Exactly, yeah.
It's the
other than
defensive problem.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know.
I'm sorry,
I don't know
Alex.
why is Chuck Fletcher not trading for defensive?
Well,
for
I
defensive
think
defenseman? That's what you
I've
need.
listened to
then
so
he
much
overpays
about
for people.
this, and I think I don't know honestly what to think about. Like, we need a defensive physical person. We draft too many offensive-minded defensemen, and we cannot do anything on defense. I think we need to trade for a good defenseman, but also I think we need another forward.
You know, one thing that
I
would've
think we
been
get
nice-
Wayne Simmons. I want Wayne Simmons and a great defender back because
do
I
not
need
want Wayne
physicality
Simmons.
on this. I need
I-
physicality. And
Simmons-
Sean Couturier is out tonight with a lower body injury. I don't know if he was just injured.
Great.
I don't know if he was just injured or he was hurt in the game.
And also, Mitchell, I don't want Wayne Simmons back. As much as I loved him, he's past his prime. He needs to. I don't want him back. But I get what you're trying. I would like a Wayne Simmons type player. You know, like Oh, and by the way, you know how to Alec. I said this last week too, but I'm going to say it again. Henrik Lundqvist does not have a ring, and Marchand and Tom Wilson both have rings before he does. You're welcome, NHL fans. Okay. Anyway, so going back to what I was saying, the defense, like it would really have been nice if the Flyers hadn't ruined Shane Goss's spare. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
That way
So
we can have two good
Sean Couturier was not starting tonight. Therefore, we are not down a person. Today's lineup, we have basically no changes other than Tornitzky in for Sean Couturier's spot. And on the defense, we have Nate Prosser in.
All right.
Goss's spare is a healthy scratch.
Yep, and that's exactly why they ruined them. Sad face. Oh, and oh man, I'm surprised honestly. Laviolette's doing pretty well in Washington. I thought he had passed his expiration date, but he looks to be doing okay so far.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. Well, once again, we would like to thank Ben and Alec for taking time out of their day to come join us here on the Liberty for Philly podcast. Once again, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. This video will come out on Sunday, and there will always be a podcast every Sunday. Once again, hit a like, subscribe, comment down below to see what you liked and any comments you have for us. See you next time.
Adios.